There's not generally a lot of festivities at all, really, other than a couple of quiet pints. Really, it's not much rock and roll goes on in the blues band these days.
Well, and it's funny, we were talking, we do a lot of hospitality for some blues festivals, and whereas before they all wanted drugs, now they all want vegan food and they want babysitters. It's quite different.
Yes, it is. You can't get away with the rock and roll lifestyle anymore.
Not so much, but you know what, that's good. We'll have you around for a good long time.
Well, maybe,
I hope so. I'd like to start in by asking about this Northeast tour, specifically the last few dates that you've been doing. I'm lucky to be blessed with wonderful, not only musician friends, but friends that have great musical taste. And I have to say, the reviews you're getting from these last shows that I've been hearing about, from the photographers, I know Jane Tansey's been out taking your photos, and some other wonderful friends, they're raving.
Oh.
Do you feel that you've gotten I mean, you've always been terrific, I've seen you prior, but do you feel that your new record that you're out in support of has given you maybe a burst of energy, or are you doing something different?
No, we're doing the same as we always do. It's nice to have some new songs.
Yeah.
It's both kind of exciting and maybe it takes you out of your comfort zone. You played you've got new stuff, and we've only played it 4 or 5 times live, something like that. So sometimes people respond to that perhaps slight edginess of the band finding their way with new stuff, because you record an album and then when you start playing it live, it has to then find its own kind of way of being live, So we're still in that phase at the moment, but everybody seems to be responding pretty good to it.
So you're starting to gel. And can you tell me the combination you're out with now? I know you play with several different...
Yeah, it's always Johnny Henderson on who's relaxing over on the couch over there. But Johnny's been, we did our first gig together 17 years ago, I think, and he's been in the band since the very beginning. So on the new record, he's playing organ, piano, and lots of other keyboards, but often live, and certainly for the majority of the past 10 or 12 years. So he's been playing the bass on the organ as well as our organ trio thing. But the new record has a bass player on it, Carl, but he's not over here with us right now, travelling live. And then also have the drummer that's on the new album as well, Jordan John, who's known for about 7 or 8 years. He's a young fella from Toronto in Canada, and actually has his own band most of the time as a singer and guitarist. But he comes out and plays drums for me when I persuade him to do that. So we're lucky to have him with us. So it's just my trio like that this time.
Fantastic. And I want to make sure we mention As Far As I Can See is the name of your new release. And that came out just in February.
About 3 weeks ago, maybe just about coming up on a month,
Now, do you release it differently in the UK as opposed to here?
There was 1 day difference. It came out on the Monday there. I don't decide on those things. That's the record company. But so it basically came out.
I'm curious. I know you've got so many accolades. You're getting all over the place now, but especially in the UK. I mean, you've won 3 times in a row, Guitarist of the Year.
Yeah.
You're in the Blues Hall of Fame. Was it scary at all? I guess what I'm trying to say is I've interviewed a lot of musicians that are from here.
Yes.
And when they go over to the UK, they say it's almost like starting again.
Right.
And do you find that in the opposite way at all?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I always playing blues. To me, you always have to be accepted in the US because that's where it's from.
Yeah.
And going on tour and visiting all the different places, for me, it's like those are places that I've read about and heard about all my heroes are from, and so that was always really important. And we tour here. Like I say, we're traveling light, and we have to. We're still reaching into the US. It's a big place. So we have a little bit more infrastructure in Europe, and then we come back over here, and sometimes I'm driving the van myself. It's like it keeps you sort of humble starting. It's completely starting from scratch, really.
Yes.
But I will also say that this will be our 4th year. We started coming out in 2010. And finally was able to do it. It was worthwhile to make the trip. Enough people would know about it. So, it grows much quicker. It's a much bigger build. So we already do better in parts of the US, particularly Massachusetts, actually, than we do in many places in Europe. So there's more of a desire or thirst for what we do here.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So it's definitely been a better build.
Well, we're appreciative, and I know that the Connecticut Blues Society in particular is always, you know, put the word out when you're coming around, and I think that there is that kind of underlying, you know, we want to keep it alive.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
a genre that I think really depends on, not the family, it always depends on the fans, but we're just a strong bunch, and when we latch onto someone terrific like yourself, we want to make sure that everyone knows about you. So.
Well, that's cool, and that's what it takes, you know, because you don't get mainstream media exposure playing this kind of music. It's grassroots, it's word of mouth, it's people telling their friends, dragging their friends to the gig, saying, "You've got to come see this." That's what it takes. It really does, and that happens better here, I find, than especially the UK has been a very, very slow road for us.
Yeah. Well, we're appreciative that you're here. We'd like that you come across the pond and visit us. I'm curious now. This, if I counted right, is this your 7th album that you have out? I know this is your 4th studio.
5th studio.
5th studio.
5th studio record, and then I think we've done actually probably done 4 live records, something like that. But we tend to do studio record, live record, studio record, live record, because that's where we started out. You know, the songs start to take on their own kind of life when you do them live. So it's nice to then document that maybe a year after the record to see where it went.
Do you think that'll follow suit with this new release?
Yeah, actually, we desperately need to do a live DVD.
Yes.
We keep asking for that.
Yeah.
So some of that's finding the right venue and the right location and the right night, you know, to really capture what you do. So yeah, that's definitely on the cards.
Terrific. Speaking about playing live, will we see you at all on the fest circuit? I know you've got some dates up through April, and then
we got a couple of great festivals in April down in Florida. So we're doing the Tampa Bay Blues Festival and the Wani Festival with the Allman Brothers, which is like the last year of the Allman Brothers this year. So it's really great to be part of that, you know. And a few things, a couple of others, like September time, we're out in Danbury, Illinois. I think it's Danbury. No, it's Danbury, Connecticut. Danville, Illinois. We were in Danbury.
That's very good. That's great that you would know the difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. But well, we've done close to 30 states now in the US.
Really?
We're getting around. Yeah.
When do you get to go home?
Well, after this tour, I'll go back for like 10 days and then go to Florida.
Okay.
So we go back and forth a lot. It's a small world after all.
Yes, it is. The planes do make it that for us.
Yeah.
I'm curious, off this tangent we're on right now, I'd love to know what the first piece of music you ever paid your own money for was.
The first piece, well, I did have a lot of my dad's records first for a long time.
What did Dad listen to?
Oh, same as I do, B.B. King, Albert Collins, so I had all I could put on cassette all his vinyl, you know, and he lives out in California, so I used to spend the summer with him and then tape all his vinyl records and take that home and listen to that for a year and then go and do it again the next year. But the first one I ever bought with my own money was actually Jeff Healey's See the Light record. So that would have been, probably like 89 or something when that came out. And so that was my first on cassette, as it was in my era. So See the Light was the first thing, So Jeff was great.
Oh, we lost him far too early.
Yeah, Jordan actually, he's drummed with us. He worked with Jeff quite a bit. He's been from Toronto. So,
really?
They played together many times.
Oh, that's a wonderful answer. I'm curious, when you brought up your dad, he must be just so pleased. It must be, what's it like playing with your dad in the audience?
Interested, yeah. He's,
or does he cut you no slack?
Yeah, no, he's you know, he doesn't play.
Yes.
But he taught me to listen to music. So he listens like a musician. He taught me how to listen into music and not just let it wash over you, but really know what's going on. I used to see him with his headphones on in his study, you know, when I was a kid, and see how deeply he was into it. And so that was very important. But funny enough, anytime my family's there, my mum too, who's been like, couldn't find a more supportive mother. She's amazing.
Now, does she live in the UK?
She's in the UK.
Okay.
Yes. So she never told me to get a proper job or anything. She always just wanted me to be happy.
Job.
You know,
that is a job.
I know a lot of people might have been, you know, forced to go to university as I should have done or something like that, but she understood and wanted me to be happy, so I can never thank her enough for that. But anytime you've got your family there, I'm probably more nervous playing for them. I play to like 10,000 people. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when your folks are there, you sort of you want it to be good, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I always want it to be good. I should point that out.
Of course.
That's the whole thing of
Yeah.
playing music for us. Is we, whatever the circumstance, whatever the situation, when we get up there from the first note, we just go hard. You know,
Yeah.
we go as hard as we can. We try to get it there. You
Yeah.
know? But
That's a personal.
yeah, that's just the way it is for us. But with the family there, in a different way.
Yeah, that's what I've always been curious about. You know, you get up on stage and to look out when you say 10,000 people, and what do you look at? I mean, or do you just kind of go into the music? You go into yourself?
Yeah, I try and always be in the same place when I play. In fact, I am like whatever's happening in the world,
Yes.
in your life, or in the day, or things like that. Pretty much from that first count-in, I'm almost exactly the same person for those 2 hours.
Yes.
You know? I have this place I go. I feel very fortunate to have that place to go to. I'd probably be a complete maniac. Yeah.
In the zone.
Yeah, it's a really good place. You know, it's a bit like a drug in some ways because then you get to need to do that. You know?
Yeah.
But
you
yeah, so
don't
it's the
wanna-
same. It could be 10 people, or it could be like 10,000. And we've done great gigs to 10 people many times, and other gigs to thousands of people where we didn't really feel it. You know,
It's very much a give and take.
Yeah, totally. Like last night was killer in Fall River. We were down there, and they were so up for it.
Yeah.
They helped lift us to another level. You know, the energy coming back. So it's definitely, it's not spectator sport. It's audience energy wise. It's very important. So.
Fantastic. And as a fan, I want to let you know that we go home so many times floating. We have PermaSmile. It has legs for us. I mean, it can really change. You know, I've often said George Porter Jr.'s great line from the Funky Music Show, it's good for the body and good for the soul.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
So it's lovely to hear that the people that we're fans of feel that as well, because we really do take it with us.
I need to do it. And, you know, the whole thing with playing for me, when I play, I'm trying to see the music I love makes me feel a certain way. When I listen to Albert King, like physically I can't screw my face up. My friend was laughing last night because some Stevie Ray Vaughan was on, and he goes, "I love watching you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan because I'm right there, you know." So when I play, I'm trying to make myself feel the same way with my playing as they made me feel, and consequently make everybody that's listening to me feel the same way I feel. You know, it's like a kind of create that feeling for everybody. So that's really what it is. Yeah.
That full
I'm not
circle
sure how
moment.
you do that, but that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, well, you're doing it. Just don't put too much thought into it. Just feel and go with it. Well, we're appreciative. Last, I don't want to take too much of your time. We'll get going. But I'm curious about, and I know you just released a CD, but I'm curious, you know, what's coming next? I think I asked you when we last spoke, you know, what you're writing, and are you getting inspiration along the way? I know you mentioned a live CD or DVD might be in the works.
I think we'll probably maybe do something like that in between this and the next year record. But I really don't know. The new record label I'm with are great, and everybody's really getting behind stuff. So things are kind of picking up speed. So
what's the record label's name?
It's Mascot Provogue. The Mascot Label Group is the parent, and Provogue is their blues.
Okay.
And they basically, because they're so great and they're great to work with as an artist, they're snapping up everybody. So they've got Robert Cray, Robert Ford, they do Walter Trout, Kenny Wayne Shepherd's with them now, Johnny Lang, Joe Bonamassa in Europe. So I mean, they got like all the blues guitarists, and so I'm really honoured to be, you know, those guys as my label peers and things.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. So really, it's kind of like a new era. So we'll see. There's lots of things I want to do, and we'll see what we can do with it. You know.
Well, terrific. We will absolutely be following you. I appreciate your time. We'll play this on Morning Mojo. We'll more than. I'm really excited to put a review together of the new CD. We'll get that out as well.
Great.
And it's so much fun hearing you come around. I mean, it's especially when people just discover you, as you were saying, when you see audiences discover you. It's such a fun feeling when we've seen you before several times. Like, see?
Right. Yeah, that's it. Because, like we say, it's a grassroots thing, and it kind
taking your friends out.
That's what it takes. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
You.
I appreciate it, Matt. Thanks, Kat.
Cheers.